The Cardinals currently lead the series 11-10, but the two teams have only played 6 times in the last 15 years. Now, this, of course, will be the first time the Buccaneers have ever played on Christmas Day. So spare a thought for the players, coaches, officials, and definitely the radio sideline reporter who've got to go through the inconvenience of being away from their families on Christmas Day. Now, the first time the Bucs played the Cardinals was a truly memorable one. It was the first home victory in franchise history. The Bucs had broken their winless streak in New Orleans the previous weekend, and they came out onto the field and lined up as one long unit to appreciate and celebrate their fans. And they then gave the Buccaneer faithful something truly to celebrate: their first home touchdown of the season. They had scored just 3 points in 6 home games before Lewis Carter scored on a running play early in the game. And then later in the first half, Gary Huff found Morris Owens for a memorable touchdown pass.
Gary Huff on the play action, going deep, wide open, and touchdown for Morris Owens. Morris Owens with his third touchdown catch of the year, and Tampa Bay has jumped to a 13-0 lead.
Now, the Buccaneer fans stormed the field at the end of that game and tore the goalpost down in celebration. Well, it was only their second win after 26 straight losses, and I know a very young Nick Puglisi was in the stands that day. Now, during the mid-1980s, there were a couple of memorable games. In 1985, the Buccaneers actually shut out the Cardinals 16-0 for their first win of the season, and then gave up a staggering 62 points the following week against the Jets. In 1986, they played the season finale in St. Louis, and this is the game where linebacker Keith Browner allegedly fell asleep on the bench. Now, I've gone through this game footage trying to find it, and I can't see it, but I know from players involved that it really did happen. The Bucs have had some memorable collapses in their history, but the one in the 1987 road game with the Cardinals was truly epic. They led 28-3 with 15 minutes to go and lost. Steve DeBerg had thrown 3 touchdown passes, including this one to running back Jeff Smith, before the collapse began. Now, the Bucs still had a chance to tie after a 2-minute drive by DeBerg led them into field goal range, but Donald Igwebuike's 53-yard attempt hit the crossbar. It led to the epic headline, "A buck is only worth 3 quarters." The following season saw a memorable Buccaneer touchdown in another narrow loss to the Cardinals. It was the late Lars Tate who jumped over the line on a short yardage play, landed on his feet, and then raced untouched 47 yards into the end zone, the Cardinal defenders not realising the play was still alive. This one makes all the NFL blooper films as well. The Buccaneers got their revenge in the desert in 1989, a game they totally dominated, but it took a late drive and a 4th down touchdown pass from Vinny Testaverde to Mark Carrier to secure a 14-13 victory over the Cardinals.
Fade pattern. Touchdown, Tampa. Mark Carrier.
Now, a scheduling quirk meant the Bucs and the Cardinals played twice in the 1992 season, the season opener and the season finale, and the Buccaneers won them both. The opening game in Tampa Stadium was the first time the Buccaneers wore their orange pants in a regular season. And then 5 years later, in the pewter colours, they went to 5-0 for their second time in their history, beating the Cardinals 19-18 on a dramatic 4th down pass from Trent Dilfer to Carl the Truth Williams.
4th and 6. 4 wide out. Wilson steps up, throws, first down, and more. Touchdown! Carl Williams on 4th and 6.
The 2010 game was played on Halloween in the desert, and the Bucs had defensive big plays everywhere. And it was also the first sighting of LeGarrette Blount hurdling a defender and making the highlight reels throughout the NFL for the week. The Bucs would win 38-35 in a real shootout.
It's intercepted. He threw it right into the hands of Geno Hayes, and Geno Hayes has a touchdown, Tampa Bay. Intercepted. That's Sean Jones. Correction, Aqib Talib. Aqib Talib has a Tampa Bay touchdown. LeGarrette Blount As Room high-stepping for a first down. And a lot more goes LeGarrette Blount. Hanging on to the football.
I honestly don't just pick clips where Chris Myers has made a mistake on the commentary. Chris is a really good guy and he calls Buccaneer games in the pre-season. Now, the last time the two teams met was in 2019. The Bucs beat the Cardinals 30-27 when Jameis Winston led his team downfield on a 92-yard drive and Peyton Barber finished off with a touchdown run.
All right, they put Zay again at the tight end position. And they're going to run it again. And finding the pay dirt is Peyton Barber.
Now, one strange trivia fact about the Cardinals is they've had three different names in their history of playing the Bucs. The St. Louis Cardinals, the Phoenix Cardinals, and then the Arizona Cardinals as they're known now. But they're not the only NFL team the Bucs have had that strange fact against. You've got the Raiders, who've played in Los Angeles, Oakland, and Las Vegas. And you've also got the original Houston Oilers, who were the Tennessee Oilers in '98 when they played the Bucs, before becoming the Tennessee Titans. Now, the Washington football team, previously the Redskins, they've had a third name, the Commanders, but the Bucs haven't played them yet. That will come soon. Now, you can look back at all of those previous matchups, as well as those 21 games of the Cardinals, on buckpower.com. Every player, every game, everything Bucs. And as we approach this festive season, I'd like to wish you and your families a very Merry Christmas from this side of the Atlantic.